This wouldn't really be a story if they didn't lie repeatedly and blatantly. I get it. Look, if it was my son, I'd probably pardon him.
Yeah. Of course, so would I.
What's a few crack whores? Let's get to the big guy and Hunter Biden. In pardoning his third turkey this week, Biden has given his son immunity. Those on audio missed it.
Yep, missed out.
Which brings us to now, for people who have not been following this. NBC, let's just show their clip explaining former Vice President Joe Biden's pardon.
Good evening. We're coming on the air with breaking news, first reported by NBC News. President Biden has pardoned his son, Hunter, ahead of the end of his presidential term. That's according to a senior White House official with direct knowledge of the decision. Remember, Hunter Biden was convicted back in June on 3 separate felony charges related to his purchase of a gun in 2018, a time during which prosecutors say he was battling a drug addiction and lied about it on paperwork to get that gun. It was the first time a sitting president's child was convicted of a crime. Hunter Biden also pleaded guilty to federal tax charges in September.
I love how they don't mention that he threw the gun in a dumpster near school. It's like
he had someone do it for him.
That's right. That's right. He had someone do it for him.
He has people for that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
He had a lady for that.
You'd think like, I lied on a background check for a gun. That's where maybe, I will say this, I don't want to vilify mom and pop gun shop owners, but, maybe conduct the eyeball test when he's there.
It's like fitting.
Yeah, you check that you've never once used marijuana, but are you on meth now?
Yeah. More guns.
No. Give me a gun. Please, give me a gun.
I need it right now for something.
I don't want it. I don't even want it. I don't want to keep a gun. I don't want to go. Okay, please give me a gun. So this brings us back to, you may be confused because the pardon is happening. You're going, wait a second. Did I dream that? Because back then, former Vice President Joe Biden, respect the office, denied many times that he would ever pardon Hunter.
The president would not pardon or commute sentences for his son, Hunter. I just want to make sure that is not going to change over the next 6 months. The president's
gay wedding cake, Diane Keaton.
It's still a no. It's still a no.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes.
It will always be a no.
It's still a no. It will be a no. It is a no.
How annoyed is she?
I am satisfied that I'm not going to do anything. I said I abide by the jury decision, and I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
Will he pardon his son? No.
Okay, so here's the thing. This wouldn't really be a story if they didn't lie repeatedly and blatantly. I get it. Look, if it was my son, I'd probably pardon him.
Yeah.
Of course, so would I.
What's a few crack whores?
Yeah, what do you want from me? I love him. I love my kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Just say that.
Yeah. You make, it's like if your kid steals something from the store. It's like if your kid's crack, you make him walk it back to the drug dealer. Like, now give it back to the nice man and tell him you're sorry.
And that's the thing. We all feel that way. I feel like we all would be reasonably, say, oh, yeah, that's reasonable.
Of course.
But then that little of a lie.
Yeah, exactly. It
means you lie about everything.
The issue is the lying. And then the justification for this, which just, again, the left, have you noticed this? And you can comment below. They overuse the term gaslighting. They want to simply sell you a bill of goods that is the opposite of reality. That's what Joe Biden did. He claimed that Hunter was singled out just because it was his. Let me read you what he wrote. He wrote, "No reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's cases can reach any other conclusion that Hunter was singled out only because he is my son. And that's wrong. There has been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober, even in the face of unrelenting attacks and selective prosecution. In trying to break Hunter, they tried to break me, my hip. And there's no reason to believe it will stop here." Well, yeah, there is. But again, the idea that he was singled out, no. Again, this was the reality is this person wasn't convicted of crimes exclusively because he was protected by Joe Biden. Remember, Hunter used the Biden family name to make deals with Burisma and a Chinese energy company. That's where you heard about the 10% for the big guy, who, of course, is Joe Biden. The media says we don't know who the big guy is because they don't want to investigate it, but it's quite clear that it's Joe Biden. There is no other big guy. Yeah. Now, though, Hunter is gone.
I think I'll sleep with my brother's wife today. The hookers I see need to look a certain way. Sometimes I wake to my crack pipes hollow clink. Christmas of things. I'm abiding above the legal system, alright. I'm partying, while my dad's still alive. Partying, 'cause my dad's a big guy.
So, President Donald Trump posted this on Truth Social, and I will say he did really put Joe Biden in a tough situation.
Oh, yeah.
By saying that he may pardon Hunter. So this is one of those things where Joe Biden was damned if he did, damned if he didn't. There was really no good play, but Donald Trump posted this on Truth Social. He said, "Does the pardon given by Joe to Hunter include the January 6 hostages who have now been imprisoned for years? Such an abuse and miscarriage of justice."
What? And to lose your voice at the end there?
If Joe Biden didn't pardon his own son, imagine the other guy coming around and sunning you. That's what Donald Trump would have done. So I think a big reason for him pardoning Hunter is just because he didn't want to actually allow Donald Trump to pardon Hunter, because this actually was in October 2024. Sorry for the bad audio. Donald Trump was with Hugh Hewitt and floated the idea that he maybe would pardon him.
Will you pardon Hunter Biden?
I wouldn't take it off the books. See, unlike Joe Biden, despite what they've done to me, they've gone after me so viciously, despite what, and Hunter's a bad boy. There's no question about it. He's been a bad boy. All you have to do is see the laptop from hell. But I happen to think it's very bad for the country.
Oh, I almost forgot, though, the kicker, the pardon, right? You kind of can pick a start and end date. Does anyone here know when this pardon effectively kicks in?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Okay, anyone but Gerald knows. He's the kind of guy who asks for more homework. Does anyone here know?
No, I know you could time it out like that.
Okay, all right, Gerald. When does the pardon effectively begin?
The year that Hunter Biden took a seat on the board of Burisma?
Oh, okay, that's right. It's almost like that's right. Like there's a reason for it.
2014.
So now Donald Trump can pardon pretty much whoever he wants. Comment below. Who would you like to see first? Obviously, the January 6th hostages.
Sixers, yep.
Pretty much all Jan. Yeah, you know what? All Jan Sixers. Every single one. There shouldn't be anyone in prison for vandalism. How about that? For trespassing. There shouldn't be anyone who is having their rights infringed upon. You should be convicted. You should face the penalty for that kind of crime in the same way that anyone else. It needs to be commensurate with everything that we know about these crimes and everyone else, every precedent that we've seen. And none of these people should have been doing the time that they did in prison. Hey, remember once upon a time you couldn't say that because everyone was concerned. So, well, I don't have nothing to do with January 6th. You know what? I don't care. It's not 9/11 too. I don't care. They shouldn't have been treated the way that they were, and they should be pardoned. You can do you agree? Comment below. You think that's an extremist? Am I?
No.
That's me, Mr. Extremist.
Far less egregious than this,
Nice
though, right?
candy.
Because they were running on the campaign that it was the law and order president versus the lawless president. They had weaponized the Justice Department to go after Donald Trump specifically and tried to paint Joe Biden as the next George Washington, saying, I won't even pardon my son because I'll respect law and order. And then all of it is a sham and a lie. Not only the prosecution, but the fact that he would not pardon his son. Like,
yes.
This is... He should pardon his son. I would absolutely do it. I don't care if it burned my political career to the ground. I would do it.
Right.
But don't go out there and say, no, you had a perfect response. Not sure.
Yeah.
Like when you get asked the question.
He just lied about it all. He pulled a John Q. Like, I'm not going to pardon my son. My son's going to pardon me. Remember, the guy who's been pardoned here. Let's give us in context. This is the guy who was sexting his niece. This is the guy who was smoking drywall, repeatedly smoking crack. This is the guy who was sleeping with his brother's wife. That's not a crime. I get it. Putting penis M&Ms, that whole thing, comparing his M&Ms to penis. They were M&M minis, just to be clear.
Yeah,
and a guy who was making shady business deals with international government, effectively, I should say, extension of government organizations, saying that he would kick it back to his dad, and yes, illegally purchased a firearm, and yes, illegally had it disposed of in a way that would be felonious for anyone else. So this is the guy who's being pardoned, who they say was selectively prosecuted. Here's the thing. Not only did all these things happen, it's known he was caught. Think about that. He was caught, and nothing happened. And now we have a pardon. You think this is just because of selective prosecution? I don't know. I would think what happened with Donald Trump and the DOJ, I would think him being tried for crimes that no one else in his state has ever been charged or convicted of, and given the kind of, potentially prison time right at one point in time, given the kind of sentence that no one else has ever faced, and according to the DOJ spokesperson who you heard right here said they're just stacking anything they can to try and render this guy ineligible for office. I think that's more selective prosecution. Remember, this guy who was pardoned is the same drywall head who was sexting his niece.
That's the third time this year, folks. Read about it. Read all about it. No idea what new information. Same old pervert, new information. I believe it's some kind of a telegram. See?
Sext your niece once, shame on you.
Yes. Sext your niece twice. Yeah. Again? I didn't know this happened multiple times.
And the third time's a charming pervert.
Yes. Exactly.
And pedophile.
And your favorite uncle. Hey, if you're still watching this video, comment below. Sorry, I'm parched. I can't drink from that. But you can click the video and watch it. But what is it a hat?